So you just, we are requesting you tell us what was the goal today and how long you've been doing this program and what's your target.
Thank you very much. We are here at Kisii School, and I had just come to continue with the mentorship programs that I'm doing in the preventive measures on drugs and alcohol abuse. We know that to be able to change this country and to transform the young men from being drug addicts or abusing alcohol, you need to start early. And coming to the schools like this, you see we are talking to 2,800 of them. And if they can be warned early, it is possible that they could change. And that is why you have seen I go to the universities and I'm going to the secondary schools. I'm also going to the primary school as a preventive kind of program. I have been going also to the dens and to rehabilitate those who are in addiction, and I've decided to take the two-pronged approach. Where you go, as I rehabilitate, I make sure these other ones do not take that space, and that is why we are here today.
It's a surge near suicide among the boy child. Perhaps you can talk about it.
It is very sad to see that in our schools and our universities, even primary schools, we are witnessing cases of depression, frustration, and it is more prevalence with the people who are taking drugs. They get into the place of suicide, and as you heard the other time, we were in a university where we were told that 55 had committed suicide. And it is very sad if, as a mother or a parent, you take your child to school or to the university and they come in a casket. And that is why we want to speak to them, to be able to inspire them and to encourage them and to give them hope and tell them there is a great future in this country and even beyond. And as parents, sometimes we think that these young children cannot listen. Every time I go, I speak to them, you see some of them crying, and that tells me they are listening and they need counsel. And that's why I cannot relent. I will continue and try to talk to our boys, and especially the boys, because even in the suicide cases, we find most of them, about 80%, is still boys. Those ones who are also behind bars, you go, you find again, 80% are on those defilement cases where they are in for a very long time. And I can tell you that their destiny are destroyed. And thinking of the inmates, like 58,000, those are 58 families, fathers who and leaders who are behind there, the potential of a nation where we could be talking of economic drivers, but they are behind bars and they are not doing much. And families are suffering, there are women, children who are there. And of course, there are women who would have gotten boyfriends and gotten husbands, but they are behind bars. So we must get together, and I must thank you. Because since I started this campaign for the boy child, I have seen the way you have put it across, and wherever I go now, I can see the Mama Boys is catching up, and they know what Mama Boys is doing. And I could not have done without you for the state. So I want also to thank you. That's why you see I was joking and I was saying I can see very many boy children around here, but I'm also glad that the women are there. It is not that I'm not speaking to the girl child. I am. When I mitigate the case of a boy child, it is that boy child. Many of the times when we talk about gender-based violence, it cannot be by one person. You find that my boy children will be there. When we talk about teenage pregnancies, you find my boy children are there. And so if they were to go to school and they had to get into character, I am very sure my women and girl children will be okay. And there is enough advocate for the girls. But here I am saying we must now turn and bring the boy up so that you can have a balanced society.
The last question. Yesterday, you promised to rehabilitate street children in Kisii, and after there, you take them to TVET institutions. How soon is the program starting?
The program is starting as soon as tomorrow, because what we do is like we had a medical camp, of which we did like 1,700 people, and some of them we had come because of the drivers, the conductors, and of course the kamageras. They are the ones who had invited me because they found another one we had done in Nairobi. But when we set the camp, we also invite the street families, and as they are being treated, we screen them, and those who desire to go for rehab, they register. Those who are registering, we take them to the rehab and then to TVET, and we try to join them to jobs. Right now we have like 200 who are in Nyandarua being trained, and they have a place to go.
Madam, does it bother you that the boy child perhaps the issue, the incident of abuse and defilement is also affecting the boy child as well?
You see,
with that, madam, we will ask her also, what are you going to do, being that this incidence of defilement, the law is always lying on the boy child, not defending more the girl child. What are you going to do in order to see that on the legislative side, also the boy child is also being seen?
We are talking with the PS corrective matters so that we see how because this matter of defilement, it has two sides. One, it is where the man, like the one we have here, where a big man like 50 years is raping a girl of 5 years. Now that one, I don't know what we can do. That is serious. But where you have boys and girls and they have these issues, we are trying to see. It is a very complicated matter. It has to be registered better so that we do not have, a place where we are legalizing defilement. But we have to come on it in a more sober way so that we see that we do not get all our boys behind. And that's why you see I speak to them concerning these matters. We mentor them so that we reduce those defilement cases as well. We as a country, we will look at it and see how best can this be mitigated.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.